It's all recorded?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to the Sunday Club.
What's up, people? It's Sunday, and as you know, Sundays are for driving. So today I got my bro Esan and we've come up here to the beach. This is my buddy Sam, and he's letting us drive his cool Tesla Model 3, and we're gonna take it out for a drive and just show you what it's like and what it feels like to own and drive. So let's get to it. So as a newbie to the Tesla Model 3, I'm gonna try to show you what the experience is of getting into it for the very first time and try to open it up.
There you go.
Open up the window, the mirrors. So now the car is on. Oh no! Oh no! The first time I've ever driven an electric car.
No way.
Yeah, I've heard from so many people that once you drive an electric car and once you own it for a little bit, you can never go back to internal combustion.
Yeah. So
Alright.
the craziest torque is usually from 30 onward. So you
Okay.
floor it right now. That's pretty fast.
What the Oh my god! That's awesome.
You really don't, I feel like you don't have to use the brakes.
Yeah.
You only really need to use the brakes once you get to about 2 or 3 miles an hour.
It's weird, especially for me, because I spend so much time in neutral when
Yeah.
I'm driving.
Before I had this, I had a Cayman S, and I would say like it feels really similar to that.
Really?
Yeah, like when you're, like it feels like the car wants to rotate around the center when you're going to at like a little bit of a higher speed corner. And that's a great thing, I think, because you just constantly know when you're actually going to lose control.
There is no way I can overstate how awesome the instant torque is, because you can literally scare the shit out of your passengers.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to downshift, you don't have to get your rev up. You literally press all the way down and you're gone. It's so good.
So you have to wait for this logo to be, there you go, you're good. And then you can just take your hands off, feet off, just let go of everything. Yeah.
No hands, Mom. Look, over here, and the car is literally driving itself. It feels super weird, and I think it does a very good job of following the lines. And we're coming up to a red light.
Film this.
And we are alive. Also, I don't know if you noticed, the blue warning will show up on the screen to make sure you're awake and you're not completely dead. In that case, you just have to touch the steering wheel to ensure your Model 3 that you're indeed alive. Alright, so we're gonna talk a little bit about the Tesla Model 3. First of all, this is one of the very first ones that was manufactured, right? Because you're an employee of Tesla, so you got dibs.
I got that reservation dibs. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the first Model 3s that was ever built by Tesla. How much did it cost?
58 before rebates. Any electric car that you bought last year, I don't know about this year, but last year was 10 grand off.
Yeah.
So this is $48,000 car. Range is technically 310 to 315 miles, like max capacity.
Yeah.
But I like to leave it a little bit less. So mine's like 280 or so. If you charge it all the way up, it tends to lose range in the long term.
For those who don't know, the thing about electric powertrains is that because there is no lag in shifting gears, and there's no bringing the rev down and back up. You basically have constant torque and constant acceleration from zero, from the moment go.
Yeah, so you get like the maximum amount whenever you press the pedal down.
For somebody like me who has no idea about anything of this car, what are some of your key features? What are some of the highlights for this car for you?
Like regenerative braking is a big thing. So the power that it generates going downhill will charge the battery a little bit more. I really like that. I like how you can just charge this in like any like wall socket. I have charged it at home, which is pretty tight. Like it takes like 72 hours for full charge on a home outlet. There's so many little things about this car that like are really like unique, I think. Like the interior for me is just like, it feels like you're kind of in like your home in a way. I don't feel like I'm being like barraged with like a bunch of like features or anything. Like
I think the fact that they were able to sort of bunch everything together right into this little tiny screen over here, I think it's probably the coolest feature of the design of the interior and the experience of owning the car in general.
Like the experience of owning this car, I would say, is constantly improving.
So all three of us here have a automotive design background. So from a styling standpoint, if we're going to talk about the exterior styling of the Tesla Model 3, it's different, and yet it fits in very well on the road with all the other cars. It doesn't feel like anything that's from outer space.
Yeah.
But it looks very modern because of the layout of the car and the powertrain. It allows for you to have a lot of much needed visibility as well. Like your cowl is super low, you can see immediately in front of you.
Yeah.
It's in the same family as the Model X and the Model S.
Yeah.
However, it feels more modern, it feels more refined, I guess will be the word to use.
I would just say it's more like an evolution. Like,
yeah.
It's refined in the way that it's simpler than the other cars, so it's just way easier to make. Like all Teslas, it's not gonna blow your mind on the street. It's gonna have like beautiful proportions, it's gonna blend in with whatever's on the road, but it's also just gonna like have all these like subtle things that will make it unique from other cars. Like,
what's really cool about it is that the exterior design lends itself to that, lends itself to the interior design, and lends itself to how it feels when you're driving it. So let's actually talk about the design of the interior, because that's actually the most important and the most interesting thing about it too. So basically your center control is through this touchpad right here. Everything you need, driving controls, comfort controls, and there's no buttons.
I think most people have seen this if they've seen a Model 3, but like one of the features about this interior is like this air blade that runs through. So if you look here, you've got one blade of air that shoots air up, you've got another blade of air that shoots air out. And what happens internally is the onboard computer like process is essentially how much air to shoot in each direction to angle it somewhere in the car. So what's happening here is you're getting that blade of air just channeled, you know, for example, I want to channel it up, or it overpowers this upper air blade with this lower air blade and just shoots it up into my face, or vice versa.
What's great about the UI of the center display is that you have all your most critical driving functions right here at the bottom menu, so you can access them while you're driving.
Well, we have two knobs that go left and right and then scroll up and down. And what these are used for, on the right hand side, up and down is used for accelerating and decelerating an autopilot. And then left and right on this side, if you can see here, is used to adjust the range in which you're actually trailing the vehicle in front of you. Then on the left hand side, you've got your media controls. So up and down is going to adjust your volume. Left and right is going to skip tracks back and forth. And if you hold both of them, which you can see right now, you actually reset the entire system of the car, just like a computer. So there's like almost a reset button for everything on board. If I push this button, what'll happen is it'll give me voice control, or voice feedback. So what I can do is I can hit that, navigate to home. Something interesting also you can do with the car is you can control it with your app. So you pull up the app, you pull up the summon feature, and you're able to go fore and aft in the car. Like, let's say if you're in your garage or something like that. So right now the car has its drive on, but we're not actually engaging it physically, we're just doing it with our phone. If I let go, car stops immediately, and car unlocks and parks.
Now we're going backwards. Nice.
Phone key is on and it's connected. So what that is just like it's a Bluetooth connection to the car, meaning that as long as I'm near it, it's unlocked. But let's say you're not near it, what you can do is you can use your key. is you can finally get in the car. So, car's unlocked. Just hop in. So if I want to start the car with a key, what I do is I go down here between the cup holders and just tap my card, and then the car's on. So now I can put it in drive.
Alright, let's talk a little bit about the wheels.
Okay, so the wheels on this car, these are the 18s, which are like the Aero wheels. They also look awesome, I think. So what they are is that it's actually a hubcap, kind of like a, we just call it a wheel cover because it's less ridiculous than a hubcap. And then you've got a special tire that's commissioned by Tesla for Michelin. And what this is it's actually a tire that completes the section of the wheel almost perfectly. And if you kind of rip this off, you actually have another wheel underneath.
What?
Kind of looks like more of a high performance wheel.
Yeah.
It's basically designed to be really structural, but also really lightweight. So the whole purpose of this is like a carrier for the hubcap. So if you want to put this back on, you locate the hole for the nozzle here, and then you just snap it in.
Overall, I think the Model 3 is an interesting car and an interesting experiment in the auto industry. Would I buy one? No. But I'm not Tesla's target audience, and it's funny when I hear people trying to compare the Model 3 to a BMW M3 or something, but that makes zero sense to me because at the core, these cars are completely different cars made for completely different purposes and for completely different people. The Model 3 is not about the spirit of fun of driving. In fact, it's on the opposite end of the spectrum. It's very subdued and about as disengaged and removed from the sensation of driving as you can get. It's more like a gadget, like an iPhone, and kind of overpriced like an iPhone. A useful gadget? Absolutely. And it's easy to see that it has a place in the market. It's been super fun driving and getting to learn a little bit more about the Model 3, and we're gonna wrap it up here with Sam. We'll see you next week on another episode of the Sunday Club. Peace! Oh look, the car peed itself! Oh no!
Again.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Wow.
So it's just